This is Kevin Mayo, and today we are drinking Fest beers, or Oktoberfest beer. I have Narragansett Fest beer, I have Victory Fest beer, and then I have Brooklyn, is actually calls himself an Oktoberfest. So we're going to drink all three, try all three at one time, compare them, talk maybe, I don't want to say talk a lot about Oktoberfest. I think you guys pretty much know what they are these days. Marzen, Oktoberfest, malty, caramely toffee, not too hoppy. Obviously, it's the time of the year for them. It is October. It's a nice crisp day today. I know they start coming out, it seems like in July now, which is way too early for me. So I haven't really drank many of these so far. But let's go ahead and have some fun with these. So let's go ahead and we'll get them all in a glass. Take a look at the colors. Just happen to have some glassware kicking around. Amazing how that happens. So we'll pour in the Brooklyn first. Now we'll do the Victory. And we'll do a little Narragansett. Or a lot of Narragansett. Nah, it's a small glass. Okay, so head-wise, the Narragansett definitely gave us the most head. On the, we've got a nice, rich orange, perfectly clear, fair amount of carbonation going up through it. We have a little bit, I would say, of just semi-off-white head on it, and it's rapidly dissipating. I don't remember what the ABV is on that. 5.5 on that one. I would say that the Victory's a little bit redder. Hold them up. Yeah, a little bit darker, a little bit more toward red or bright orange. Not quite as much carbonation. There's a few bubbles streaming up through it, but not a terrible amount of carbonation. Again, nice and clear. We had, again, a little bit of off-white head on it that is rapidly dissipating. And then for our Narragansett, this might be, the other ones were clear, but this one might be the clearest of all. Also might be the lightest. Yeah, it's probably a lighter orange. A little bit more head, as we said. It wasn't overly aggressive. And this one's a little bit brighter white head on it. And it is holding up very well. It's standing up well. Nice tight bubbles on it. Let's go in and do some aroma. Malty and a little bit of floral hop. A little toffee. I'm sorry, this is the October. The Brooklyn October. A little bit of floral hop, a little bit of, a lot of malt up front. And we'll go ahead and do the Victory. Very similar, but much more faint. I get a little bit of fresh churned earth in there. A little bit of malt, and then again, just a touch, or just a hint of the noble floral hops in it. And then we'll do the Narragansett. So this one, again, a little bit of toffee, a little bit of caramel in it. And a little bit of something that I can't put my finger on. I don't get as much what I would call the roasted malt in this one. So why don't we go ahead and top that baby off. And let's do some drinking. Cheers. We'll start with the Brooklyn. Malt, toffee, caramel. Super clean. Finishes a little bit dry. Medium mouthfeel. Yep, medium mouthfeel on it. And just a hint of the floral hops at the back end of it. And I get a little bit of just, again, a kiss of some bitterness at the very back end of it to balance out some of the sweetness. Let's try Victory. Can't remember the last time I had a Victory beer. One time they were very big in the craft beer world because there wasn't a lot of breweries around. Oh, definitely, definitely. The depth of the malt on a caramel far exceeds. I mean, it's just, when you dive into it, it's definitely a malt bomb up front. I get really nice bready, toasty notes. I get a lot of caramel. A lot of caramel. Again, back end, just a hint of the floral noble hop. I get a little bit of I get a little bit of the roastiness in the back, towards the back end of it too. A little bit more. I can tell this malt was roasted. I just pick up a little bit of the char. So I guess is the word I'm looking for. But, and then last but not least, if you follow my reviews, and maybe you don't because there's about 500 of them out there now, so it's hard to keep up track. Narragansett was the beer I grew up on. That was my first beer. My father drank it. So I always have a warm spot in my heart for Narragansett. So cheers on this one too. So this one is the sweetest of the three of them. The malt is not as prevalent, or the malt flavor is not as prevalent, but it's got a different vibe going on that I quite like. So, I get a little roasty at the front of the tongue. I say a little malt, a little bit, but not the heavy caramel. It's just a little like toast. I get like a little toast flavor at the very front of it. And then I get just a tinge more bitter than I get out of the other two. Wrong pipe. See, I think I get a little hint of grapefruit in that one too. So I would say that we have some hop in this. I don't know what, and it doesn't tell me, I'm sure. But I get a little bit more hop, maybe a little bit of a hop bite in it. Not hop bite, that's the wrong word. But just a little bit of bitterness in it. And just a hint of maybe like a grapefruit rind in there. So this one's a little bit different. The Narragansett is a little bit different. If I would say what is my true to style or truest to style, I probably would say the Victory. I think it's got the most malt, the most roastiness to it, what I'm really looking for in Oktoberfest. And I think the Brooklyn beer is somewhere in the middle of the two. This might be more of a modern American take on it. This might be more of a traditional malt bomb. And this one might be, I was getting ready to say American take on it again, but an American style Marzen, where this is what a Marzen should be. We're going to brew it in an American industrial factory type thing. And so it hits a lot of the notes, but it doesn't quite get there, or it doesn't go as far into the style as this one. They're all good. They're all delicious. I'm happy I have them. I got a lot of beer to drink here while I'm editing, so I'm going to be really happy. So until next time, keep drinking.